Okay, so now we can get into some pads. Pads are real easy to do because there's not really a lot to it. You can just add a lot of reverb and decay on pretty much any sound, and you can make it into a pad. So we're going to have some supplemental pads below these chords here. And we're going to put this in the instrument section since it is technically, or sorry, we're going to go into synth section since we're using a electronic synth for it. So let's go ahead and grab some of the chords here. And let's throw it on right there. Okay. And then as far as what instrument we're going to use, it's really irrelevant really because there's so many easy ways to make pads. Omnisphere is amazing for pads if you want to use something really extravagant. But to make your own, it's pretty simple. Let's kind of do that. We can just grab sylenth 1. Let's throw it on here. Let's grab any preset here. Now that is a pretty aggressive sound, if you will, but I'll show you what I mean. Even something like that, it might not be usable for this track, but we could still make it into a pad. So just simply grab a reverb here. And then we're going to throw it on and crank up the decay and then the dry wet to like 100 basically. So you can kind of see what I mean. Even though the sound itself is not usable, it's drawn out, it's pretty pad-like. And you just take any sound and you can kind of make a different character to the pad. All right, so we don't need this anymore, but we're gonna save obviously the MIDI clip. Let's go ahead and make a copy of you just to put you over here for now. And we don't need you anymore, so we can get rid of you. We could route it to the master to bypass the lead rack that I have and see how that sounds. Okay, so you can see without it, it's your typical chords, keys, and then you turn it on. And then you get instant pad basically. Just go through all of the different little presets here until you find something nice and then adjust to your liking. So pad, like I said, to reiterate, pads are super simple to make. All you need to do is just slap a reverb on it with 100% wet and the decay pretty much all the way up, and you have an instant pad no matter what you throw into it. Let's see how it sounds with everything else. And we actually have to check the volume in relevance to the actual drop itself. Okay, so they can go down a little bit. They're a little bit too high as far as the overall volume of these guys. So we can bring you down a little bit. But that's a pretty good supporting pad, I think. It works really well. Okay, so you could kind of flesh out how the whole structure is going to go here. You got your intro with the ARP and the drums here first, and then it's going to go into like the lower version, I guess you could call it, of the pre-chorus here. So we're going to have minimal elements of the main chorus or the pre-chorus here coming in, like filtering in, and then the full pre-chorus with the full sub pad and chords with the top lead will be right here, go into the build-up and then to our first drop. But for pads, I think we are good to go for now.